Alright, 2 seconds, game face. Hi everybody, welcome to Geezer's Meals. I'm Mick Fitzgibbon and this is Pete Martin, absolute legend in the overhead line game.
So they say.
What we want to do today is we want to basically take you through a little bit of a meal prep masterclass. Now neither of us are chefs, obviously, but this is just a couple of go-to meals that we would use when we're working on the lines. And now, latterly, obviously, we don't work with the body, we use our brains to earn the grain these days. So we've got to try and tailor it to our job. Nutrition is a big thing in the construction industry. I don't think we particularly eat all that well. So hopefully this will help some people, just to give you some ideas and go from there. Pete?
Yeah, absolutely agree. I really struggle when I've been away and stuff, so yeah, getting a meal prep on the go and getting into that routine is really good. And we're going to make some food to you today, aren't we, Mick?
We are.
What are we having?
Right, so we're going to have 3 meals, so we're going to make it difficult. And the reason why we're out here, first of all, is because I've got a 1970s kitchen and nobody wants to see it, never mind release it to the internet. But 2, I think if we can cook out here with outdoor equipment, it should hopefully all be wrapped up within 1 hour of cooking. If we can do it here, you could probably do it in your dig. What we're going to do, we're going to have a really cheap meal, but really like super healthy vegetarian chili. It's beans, onions, vegetables, and the whole meal probably costs you about £5 and could feed you for 3 days. Me and Pete are going to push the boat out a little bit and have a ribeye steak whilst we're I think we'll learn it.
Treat ourselves good, why not, while we're doing it?
Absolutely. And you're going to do a couple of varieties of chicken?
Yeah, so we've got a Cajun chicken we're going to do, so spiced Cajun chicken, marinate in the flavours, put that to one side, and then we'll do the same, but we'll do a lemon and herb chicken. And the idea is you can kind of flavour it whatever you've got in the cupboard. But yeah, that's the 2 we're going to do today, and it'll kind of go with all the veg that Mick's got out for us. And then if you really wanted to stock it out, you could put couscous or rice or any kind of filler with that. So yeah, look forward to it.
Without any further ado, we're going to do a clever edit. Boom. And
still there.
And we're going to start cooking. Right, so we've got a little bit of a workstation here, Pete. Do you want to talk us through what you're going to do with the potatoes?
So potatoes, nice and easy. Yeah, try to replicate something very easy here. So salt and pepper, a bit of olive oil. You're going to chop some garlic up for us. We're going to stick them in this tub just for ease for marinating. Put the lid on, give them a shake. You're going to wrap them in tin foil, put them to one side. Once the fire's going good and proper, we're going to stuck on because they take about 40 minutes.
Take about 40-45 minutes to get them just straight onto the coals like that.
So plenty of salt and pepper. These are great. Like, see when you season on the outsides of the potatoes, like because you get the fluffy inside. Plenty of salt, plenty of pepper on these bad boys. And we'll just do this a few times. Cook for the 4,000 here. So
this is simple food as well. You know, you don't need to be a chef to be able to do good potatoes like this.
These are dead, and like I said, because it's such a long cooking time, they're almost nicer, aren't they? In a way, like you can't really replicate that.
No, the open fire cooking.
Well, even in like quick cooking, you try and do it in a microwave. It does work. Like you can technically do it, but there's something about slow cooking a potato, a jacket potato.
Yeah. And that's the thing as well, like you don't need to be a chef or anything to be able to do this.
No,
obviously with the knife skills as well, you don't have to be all that good, you know, just cut it chunky however you like.
How many fingers you lost?
Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do, you know what I mean? But you feel the heat from that fire already. That is beautiful.
That makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
Because the thing is, you won't get this from the camera, but it's actually -1 right now.
I know, yeah. Although to be fair, it doesn't feel as cold as that. Like I'm starting in a jumper just now. I'm quite content. So
it was Baltic this morning, but right, there we go.
There we go. So we've got salt, pepper, our herb de Provence, and some garlic. We get the lid on. This is just for ease, to be honest, because we're doing quite a few.
Yeah.
So we get that lid on.
Always a bit cheap. It's actually really good having you here, Pete, because my admin is not the best, notoriously bad. But
I actually tried to phone you. I thought I'd left the pepper or dropped it.
Oh, really?
There's no signal down here, so
then
it was in my pocket. So
all we do, chuck potato, wrap it up, I'll double wrap this because obviously it's going to be on that fire for a reasonable amount of time, so I'll double wrap these.
Gives a piece, I'll do one for you as well. Plenty of potatoes going here.
There we go. We've also got some funky potatoes here, so we've got the purple sweet potato, which actually tastes delicious. I bought them by mistake the first time and I thought, what on earth have I just bought? Why is that purple? But absolutely outstanding. Now I'll, for the case of attention and attention seeking, I'll buy them by default. Stick these straight on the fire now then, eh?
Yeah, cool, let's do it.
Let's go.
Any particular order or?
No, just dump them on.
Anyway to go.
Here we go. Right, so what I'm going to do right now, Pete, you can help us if you want. So
I'll help.
What I'm going to do is do a chimichurri. This is going to be for our steaks, but anything we have left over we can use with the chicken breast as well.
It's all flavour in it, yeah, so whack on.
Yeah.
Got it. So you want a little bit of chilli. How fine do you want your chilies?
So chili, you want them super fine, or as fine as you can make it. So all we do with the garlic, you want it super fine. Depends how much you like garlic. You're quite fond of it, innit?
I love a bit of garlic, mate.
So I like it as well, so I'll go pretty heavy. These are big cloves, so all I'm going to do is do 2-3 big cloves of garlic, and what we'll do is we'll use the exact same Tupperware that we've done the potatoes in.
Do you want it de-seeded?
I'm not bothered.
Not bothered.
I'll have it nice and hot.
Yeah, okay.
So chimichurri is a South American sauce. Obviously, with my complexion, you can see it's going back to my roots. It's a healthy sauce, and I think that's something that when you're having like a Nando's sauce or another sort of shop bought sauce, you don't know what's in it, and it might be that you're just hoping for a little bit of extra flavour, but by adding that, it's adding calories that are unseen and things that you weren't really expecting to put in.
It's a classic, isn't it, with a steak?
Yeah.
So all them combinations of flavours are lovely. Like
beautiful. It works with fish, it works with chicken. It's tailor-made for steak, obviously. That's what it was originally sort of conceived for, but I absolutely love it. And it's super simple.
Yeah, dead easy, dead easy.
If you have
Packs a
this,
punch.
if you make a chimichurri, it'll stay fresh in the fridge for about 3 days.
It's funny because even like the guys looking at the prep now thinking, well, I'm not going to do steak every night. You can put this with any kind of meat, couldn't you? Really? I mean,
yeah.
The steak's a good example because it's quick cooking.
Yeah.
But yeah, even like your chicken, you know, if you wanted a sauce for your chicken, you weren't really too sure. If you've got leftover chimichurri, whack it in, you know.
So with the parsley, it's the chimichurri ingredient. So you got.
Is that fine enough? Or?
That's beautiful. That like.
Yeah,
So you've got red and green chilli there. You've got parsley. You've got garlic. We've got some red wine vinegar, which is slightly out of reach here, but we're going to grab it. We chuck a load of olive oil in. Get the chilies in there. We've got the garlic in there already.
What else are we having?
And then we got
salt and pepper. Or
red wine vinegar, and we'll put some lemon juice here, salt and pepper as well, mate.
How many lemons you like? 2?
Just a wee drop of red wine vinegar. One lemon juice would be sound.
Little tip, you roll your lemon up. I guess rinses all the juices, you know.
Love it, mate. Catching those pips.
Look at that, look.
Beautiful. I'll tell you what, though, when I first started in this industry, when it came to meal prep, I mean, it didn't take me long, but because I was in the army, I got all my food made for me. So I had zero idea of what I was doing with food. Not a clue.
It's amazing how you've come on though, because I still just tell stories about when we were cooking, and I still go back to that
curry.
story. No, it wasn't the curry, it was the breakfast that you did for us. I remember we were all sat around the table, and it was so funny because you'd come out and you were rushed, like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I think I was used to cooking for a lot of people, and you came out and there was like one sausage, so everyone had a sausage, and then you came out with some beans, and then everyone had beans, but you'd already eaten your sausage, and then hash brown came out, and then an egg came out, and I was like, it's fine, don't worry about the rest of it, like. But so even since then, obviously you've developed quite a passion for cooking, haven't you?
Well, I enjoy it. Bewley Denny, we both started, obviously, as I think a lot of people know. You were rushed. You didn't have much time to yourself. And one thing that I said, I'm prepared to sacrifice certain things. I'm not prepared to sacrifice my health and my fitness. So I thought,
there you go, mate.
Cheers, mate. I'm not prepared to sacrifice my health. I'm not prepared to sacrifice my fitness. So I started trying to learn how to cook. I already knew the gym, running, all that sort of stuff.
I showed you what to do there, didn't I? So.
Came quite easy to me. But when we first started, you realise that you're just eating. You go in the shop every single day. You're already tired. So if you go to that shop when you're knackered, you're easily grabbing a can of Red Bull. You're grabbing sweets, sausage roll, bacon butty, whatever it is that you're eating, meal deal, all that sort of stuff. And it took me about 2 weeks to realise I'm actually not feeling well off that.
Yeah.
And I thought, stuff this, I'm going to try. So I started off with like chilies, because chili would feed you for a week, and it was easy.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you just sort of graduate to ruining curries and ruining other things. But you just got to learn. I'm sure I cooked a bad curry around your house in King Craig before, but it's all part of it, isn't it? Just giving it a bash.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. Yeah.
As you can see here, I've stole the missus's KitchenAid tin opener, which she will be furious with me if she finds out, which she won't. Right, so as Pete's chopping that, we're going to start to work on our chilli. What we've got here, black eyed beans, absolutely full to the brim of protein. This is a vegetarian chilli, so I'm trying to appeal to people that are not necessarily eating meat. I absolutely love a normal chilli, but this one is outstanding. Honestly, you don't miss the meat. You've got red kidney beans, you've got tinned tomatoes, and you've got chickpeas, full of protein, really good fibre, and to fill you up, which is half the battle. I think if you're scrimping, you're trying to go cold turkey when it comes to health, you're going to break and you're going to end up binging. So it's really important to keep your appetite sort of satiated. Pete, I don't know what you think about that. Like if you try and go too healthy too quick, I always find it comes back to bite you, and you're going hungry on the way home.
It's something I've really struggled with over the years. Like I like my food. I like big quantities of food. I'm actually quite good at eating. Eating's not really the problem for me. It's the portion size.
Yeah.
It really gets me. And if I miss, that's the thing. If I miss a prep or if I don't do something, I'm looking for a big portion elsewhere. So
absolutely.
So it's something I've really struggled with over time.
Like I'm a big believer of not cutting out too much at
all in one go.
time.
Because I agree. It's got to be a long-term goal, hasn't it? And if you, like I say, if you kind of shock the system, you can do it for a couple of weeks. For me personally, I could do it for a couple of weeks, no bother. And then that third week, I start going, I could do with this, could do with that. So I don't think long-term plans. It's not ideal.
Yeah.
Short term, if you can do it, absolutely. But long term, to make something more, longer lasting, you can kind of incorporate all the good stuff in with the occasional, big carbohydrates or something like.
100%. 100%. At the end of the day, like we're probably most in jobs that we are actually burning these things off. But a big thing for me would be, you are going to hit that day where you fail, and just what I would say is just forgive yourself fast and just, because we work in like long blocks of work patterns. What I've seen over the years is if somebody messes up, makes a mistake and goes for something that they didn't want to go for on a Wednesday, they'll say, I'll start again next week. Yeah. I'll start again the next shift. But just forgive yourself fast and start again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or if you mess up, if you eat something you didn't want to eat at your lunch, make up for it at your dinner.
Yeah.
So
I think it's important to not judge yourself too much and go off the rails because you've had a bad day, or even a couple of bad days. It's a long-term plan, 100%. That's the thing when you're doing your meal prep, because you plan your meal prep, you shop meal prep, and because you're doing that, you're not buying the itty bitty stuff that you bought for the sake of having. You're actually buying meals, and when you run out, you go, well, that's my meals done, now you go shopping again, rather than just buying its and bits, and then you've not really got a meal, you've got odds and sods, and you go, I've got nothing to eat. You've got loads to eat, but it's just you haven't got anything as worthy as a meal. There we go. Got our shovels of onions in. And as big as your pot, really.
Yeah.
So get yourself a decent pot. This stuff is really easy, just all cut together.
And this sort of pot, like you can fill that thing right up to the brim, and that'll last you a whole week on its own.
And we're just going to go in with a nice can of tomatoes now. I'll just take that nice stickiness off the bottom of the cast iron. Got all that worked in, look. Temperature's sitting lovely there, look.
I've had that tomato in there bubbling away. Beans to the mix. You probably can't see.
Nice steaks, look at them, look. Bit of quality meat, look. So for seasoning, plenty of salt on your steak. Absolutely, you cannot have enough salt on your steaks like that. Yeah. Bit of oil. Same with the other side, get a bit extra salt in there, not the moss. Nice neat line finish.
Yeah.
Chicken should be flaky when it's cooking, where it's something to do with the muscle. Okay. So we've got a nice steaks here, just been resting a little bit. For the cross section. That's lovely slices there. Lovely and juicy this as well, you know. What we're doing here is the chicken. The first part we're going to do is the lemon and herb. One of the herbs you're using is rosemary, so Mick's going to stick them in the tin foil tray there, get some salt and pepper on, get some olive oil. Going to use some lemon and lemon zest. So thing for the chicken as well, if you haven't got enough time to marinate, we can just butterfly it, yeah, get it pressed down so it's, for us especially, equal cooking on the high heat, with the fire. So I'm going to butterfly the chicken for you, pass it over to Mick. Mick's going to get it stirred around in all those nice flavours, and again, that's ready and prepped for cooking on the hob mitt.
Do it on the griddle, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about the butterfly, it just saves the time in cooking, which I think we all have identified time as a major constraint to the people that we're talking about, people that work 12 hours a day. You know, tough conditions, so any time saver is a big win.
I'm just going to pat that flat, kind of press it in, make sure it's all flat, whack it over to Michael, there we go, sir. Get all them little niggly bits off.
Pepper. Not quite as much salt as you would with the steak, because it shows up a little bit more on the chicken, whereas red meat can take a lot of seasoning.
Absolutely.
A little bit of zest in the mix there.
A little bit of zest. Another one coming in there, feel it.
In there. A little bit of zest. And then we'll use the juice after the zest here. Lemon juice is a really good clean up agent as well. I think another one that can save people a lot of time, if you really don't know where to start, get a chicken stock cube, and that'll do. You know,
just on the chicken,
chicken stock cube straight in a tray, that'll do you. You don't need much more than that.
You're surprised how much flavour it actually gives you. Yeah?
Absolutely.
You don't actually need any salt with that as well, because it's quite highly salted, so just get it rubbed in, and again, it's more just about picking your flavours. If you've got any lying around, just whack it in. Just whack it in there, you know.
We're going to use 1 or 2 with Cajun spice.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Lovely.
Just get that
lemon juice
down
in there.
Get it nice and trimmed
I'll catch the pips later. I'm lazy. Lovely. Beautiful stuff.
Move that to one side a second.
Chuck these in the mix. Try and evenly spread it, which we'll do afterwards because I've done a terrible job of that. Right, more zest.
Look at that, can't do too many lemon. Lemon will just give it a nice fragrance.
It's a beautiful flavour. I don't know many people that don't like lemon. Same with garlic, can't go wrong. We're going to do these on the griddle. Got the wood burner going at the moment.
Yeah.
Get that direct heat.
See what I'll do, we'll just set this up. So while Mick's doing that as well, just going to do one of the breast as occasion. So get a bit of occasion on it again. Depends how hot you want it, but just get that pressed in. On the other side, bit of Cajun, And there's actually some Cajun seasoning here as well. It looks quite a nice one. We'll have a bit of that. Look at that, look.
Beautiful.
A bit more on there, look. And also a bit of paprika. Give it a nice smoky flavour. That'll be wonders on the hob when it's cooking.
I hate getting chicken on my hands. Hence the reason I'll do anything.
To avoid that.
I'll do anything to avoid that. So
yeah, could you just
it is.
Where's that olive oil gone?
Olive oil, got you.
Bit of olive oil on there for us, mate. Just about chicken on my hands.
Drizzle.
Olive oil. Just get that worked in. That's lovely.
Beautiful.
Just get that worked into the bit of breast there. Again, it doesn't need much. It's more about just what flavours you want, isn't it?
Beautiful.
And that can stay on the board, ready to go. That's lovely. That's lovely, Mick. Stick it over here for a second.
It's looking good. Ready to cook.
Ready to cook, I think, mate. Yep. Happy?
Okay.
Just getting the chicken on here now. Lay it away from you. Oh, yes. Nice hot skillet there. Just have to be careful we don't burn it. Give it a good turn. Leave a little bit of room for our cayenne one. Lovely. Just get that move round. Just so it's nice and flat. There we have it. Look at that, tons of garlic. Tons.
Lovely, mate. Lovely.
Bit of shizzle. Get nice pressed into the grill. What's this one doing?
No, it's not bigger, but it's...
That's the size, that one.
It's really good. You could definitely do a paella in there. God, it's yes, isn't it? You a bit before, you do a bit after. You put some garlic into the pan. Nice.
Oh, she's a big one. Heavy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Straight on there, yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of hokey pokey.
You gotta get the... We're off to the final sign off here.
Righty-ho. Oh, there we go.
Right then, Geezer's meals first outing done. How was that?
I really enjoyed it, yeah. Actually, I think the idea of it is to get the meals across, isn't it? But for you and me, it's nice to get together and have a little chat and get a fire going and do the geezer stuff as well. So, no, I really enjoyed it, mate. 100%. And the food looks really, really good.
Well, the rest of it I've tried to sort of incorporate the video so you can see what's what, but you can see here you've got a whole week's worth of food here. Like that's probably it's probably 2 to 3 meals. You've got another one of these for a lunch. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 more chicken breasts.
3 more chicken breasts, yeah.
We've also got, like we said before, like we're driving a lot more with work, so some of this we're not going to have the ability to heat it up. So we've got 2 avocados there. We've got some peppers. Literally, all you need to do, chop that up, season it. You've got you get a little bit of lettuce and whatnot. You've got a cold salad there.
Yeah.
And I know we're in the winter, but you're cooped up in your car. That's going to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much all you're going to need. But I really enjoyed that.
No, spot on.
I don't know about you right now, mate. How much of your job is physical now?
not as much. I'm not on site just now, am I, as well? So when I get to site, it will be a little bit more out and about. But in terms of actually using my body, not much at all. So again, something to note for myself when I'm meal prepping, like.
Yeah, 100%. And we haven't included breakfast there. I was going to include breakfast, but because we're a little bit remote, it's a bit ambitious. But what's your breakfast routine like at the moment?
To be honest, I don't really have a routine for breakfast, which is probably a problem because my days and times differ to where I'm going to be. So a lot of times I'll not have breakfast, but I'll have a decent lunch.
Yeah.
I say decent lunch, like I'll have a smoothie or something that's on the go.
Yeah.
Again, something that's I don't necessarily need a microwave or something to cook with, just because I'm out in the van. Once you get to site, get a microwave, get a canteen kind of area, I can kind of open my options a little bit more. But I try to keep it quite light. And then for dinner, like I said, we try and limit our carbs. But a nice dinner, home cooked every time. So that's the plan.
Yeah, it's a totally different challenge, I think. I mean, obviously, health and well-being is my title, but I'm not immune to the challenges of living and working on the road.
Aye.
You know, it's still bloody hard, and I absolutely love chocolate. Like, that's my weakness, right? And
Kryptonite.
it really is. It's like. But that's the only thing that keeps me out from getting that, is not having any reason to go to the shop.
Yeah.
I'd never go into a town to go to the shop or whatever. I'm usually on the road, it's a service station. That service station, it's
Killer. Yeah.
It's carnage, man.
There's actually nothing that's healthy in there that looks nice. If it's healthy, it either cost a fortune because I've made it cost a fortune, or it's actually not that nice. Yeah. Whereas you get food like this, I'd say any kind of home cooked food, you're already doing one step better than the processed stuff. So
I'm gonna say a challenge now, right? Actually, just to see, because I've had this theory, and I'd like to see whether it's accurate, right? So Peterhead was one of your jobs, yeah?
Aye. Mm-hmm.
From Inverness to Peterhead, can you talk me through the service stations and what the gauntlet looks like to you?
Well, it's quite easy, isn't it? Because it's basically one road all the way through. Like you can't really veer off, but always have a look at Tesco's before leaving Inverness. That's your kind of last stop, and then Nairn all the way through. You've got Elgin all the way through.
Elgin's a dodgy one.
Elgin's hard because they do branch up from. They get the McDonald's, the KFCs, all those things that are literally on the road. So very very convenient. Yeah. The other places not so much. Maybe have to pull up and get parking. And it's like, I'm not going to bother. But no, Elgin's a big one because it's kind of halfway as well. So you get, I'm probably last up Peterhead, so I better get something now. Elgin, yeah.
There's a Starbucks on the outside of Elgin. You're lucky you don't drink coffee.
I know, hot tea for my savings.
I spent £401 last year on Starbucks.
That's incredible.
Which is
it's
wild,
incredible,
isn't it?
but like easily done.
Yeah.
Very easily done. Like
I thought it would be more, but then even like some of the other sort of towns like Keith, you've got the bakery and all that. And I remember when we used to work Black Hill substation. The queue at that bakery was huge, and it was all us lads in there. It was all the lads in there. I mean, the bakery's sound. You're not going to change it overnight, But it's interesting. I honestly think if you could roadmap every service station and every fast food joint along your route,
you could.
You've even got you've got the A9. You've got that little burger van that's turned up on the A9, haven't you? Near Dalwhinnie. So you notice all these things. It's for me. I just need to reduce the opportunity to go in any service station, because if it's not for fuel, I'll try and pay a pump. If I can't pay a pump, then it's dangerous because I can't trust my impulse. Cause when you're tired, you're not strong enough for it to resist it. So
I agree.
You just got to try and make sure this is in your car and everything's sorted. And I've been eating like eggs, like boiled eggs. I don't like boiled eggs really, but they're really good for you. And they do fill you up.
They do. I agree with you. I'm the same with eggs. Like I don't mind an omelette and scrambled eggs and stuff. I can quite easily do them for breakfast. If I was going to go for breakfast, it would be more that kind of thing. Anyways, for myself. But yeah.
Good man. Good. Well, we'll have to try and do this again. We'll try and do this once a month. But it would be interesting to try and do this out on site. See if we could feed the lads or feed some of the workers. I mean, I'm quite happy to come set this up with the SSE teams, some of the transmission or distribution teams, and we'll try and do it with some of the Balfours guys as well, because obviously you know a lot of the Balfours guys as well, so it'd be interesting. I'd love to feed the gangs and just be like, I would take a little bit off your plate, try not to give you food poisoning, and make it a little bit easier.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, no, sounds good. Sounds good to me, mate.
But no, that was class, mate. Cheers.
Yeah.
Smash it. Geezers Meals, episode 1. Nailed it.
See you next time.
Stay classy.
You stay classy, San Diego.
I didn't press record.